Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a decision that is absolutely critical for your business: how to pick the right technology partner for your new Odoo ERP system. Honestly, this is one of those choices that can shape your success for years to come.
Okay, let's just jump right into this, because the stakes don't really get much higher. An ERP implementation is a massive investment of time, of money, of energy. And the takeaway here is pretty clear. The partner you choose is one of the most critical factors for success. Period. So to make this super easy to follow, we've broken this guy down into 5 clear parts. We're going to start with why this is such a big deal. Then give you the tools you need to check out different partners, figure out what their credentials actually mean, plan for the long haul, and finally, get a handle on the true cost and your return.
All right, first up, let's really look at how this choice directly hits your bottom line and, your team's sanity.
Here's the most important thing to get. A partner is not just a vendor you hired to install some software. No way. Think of them as the architect of your new digital backbone. The right one makes everything smoother, while the wrong one, well, that's where you get budget overruns, frustrated employees, and a system that just never really delivers what you hoped for.
So, how do you avoid all those pitfalls? You definitely can't just rely on a slick sales pitch. You need a consistent way to evaluate them, a toolkit that helps you compare apples to apples.
And here it is. This is your toolkit. This little 5-point checklist helps you cut right through the marketing fluff and focus on what's actually going to affect your project. We're talking about their official credentials, their real-world experience, their process, how they'll back you up later, and if they're even thinking about your financial return.
This is a super common problem, right? Every partner presents their strengths a little differently, which can make a direct comparison feel almost impossible. But don't worry, there's a really simple tool you can use to bring some clarity to the chaos.
Now, what's so powerful about this is how it turns those vague, fuzzy questions into concrete demands. So instead of asking, hey, are you certified? You ask, which specific consultants working on my project are certified? See the difference? That simple shift forces them to be transparent and gives you a standard way to evaluate every single proposal you get.
Okay, you've got your toolkit. So let's move on. We're going to decode what all those credentials and badges on a partner's website really mean for your project.
So Odoo has these official partner tiers: Ready, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. You can think of them as a quick signal of their experience and maturity. Certifications, on the other hand, show that the individual consultants know their stuff. They've passed the official training. It's your first line of defense against simple setup mistakes. But remember that key action: always ask about the specific people on your team.
And this is a huge one. A partner with deep experience in your specific industry, whether it's manufacturing or retail or whatever, doesn't have to learn your business on your dime. They can see challenges coming, suggest best practices, and map your processes to Odoo way more accurately. And that ultimately saves you a ton of time and money.
You know, the project doesn't just end when you go live. In a lot of ways, it's really just the beginning. And the decisions you make before you launch will impact your business for years. So let's talk about 2 of the biggest ones: customization and support.
And this table just lays out the core trade-off perfectly. Heavy customization can seem amazing at first, right? It gives you that perfect process fit for today. But, and it's a big but, it creates something called technical debt. It makes future upgrades more complicated and way more expensive. The smarter move? Stick to standard Odoo whenever you can, and only customize when it gives you a clear, significant business advantage.
So, you did it. Your new system is live. What happens when a user has a question or, something breaks? This is where you absolutely need to have a clear support plan.
Your partner should offer what's called a service level agreement, or an SLA. Just use this checklist to make sure it covers everything: functional support for your people, technical support for the system itself, a plan for future upgrades, and ongoing training. Seriously, these aren't just nice-to-haves. They are essential to protect your investment.
All right, let's talk about the money. And I don't just mean the upfront price tag. I mean the total cost of ownership, and even more importantly, the return you can actually expect to get on that investment.
As you can see here, that implementation fee is just one piece of the pie. The real cost includes software licenses, getting all your old data moved over, training your team so they can actually use the system, and those ongoing support fees to keep it all running smoothly. A good partner will be totally upfront about all these costs.
What's really interesting here is that not all costs are created equal when it comes to your return on investment. Look at this. If you skimp on something like training, yeah, you might save a few bucks up front, but it's going to slow down user adoption and actually hurt your ROI in the long run. Good training is an investment that absolutely pays for itself.
At the end of the day, this is the number that matters most. Your partner should be helping you figure out the benefits you're trying to get. Things like hours saved, fewer mistakes, faster reporting, so you can track the real value your new ERP is bringing to the business.
So, to wrap it all up, choosing an Odoo partner isn't about finding the cheapest quote or the one with the flashiest website. It's about following a structured process, using a checklist, asking specific questions, and staying focused on your long-term ROI. That methodical approach is really your best defense against making a very expensive mistake.
And that's the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? We've given you the framework, we've given you the questions to ask. Now the challenge for you is to use all of this to find a partner who can help you answer that final and most important question with total confidence. Thanks for watching.